from taking over all of Europe when you really look at the information. And it's just a few things that lined up, the Brits and their tenacity, and we all need to thank them, and the fact that our forefathers and mothers, the Americans, did enter the war, but would we have if we hadn't been bombed? And I was just in Hawaii a few weeks ago, so I've been sort of following this trail of World War II for the past few weeks, and it did take over my life for a while.
One fan wants to know what you want for Christmas.
Well, I don't know. I mean, if we're talking material things, I'm trying to think. Lately I've been trying to wish for things that are, less stress for everybody. The world has been teetering for everyone for the past 18 months, and it seems as if sometimes it's going so fast you can't keep up with the changes. So I wish there was something I could buy in a little perfume bottle that could make me deal with how fast things are happening. A calming potion would be good.
We have 5 minutes left, so I'm going to ask a couple more questions here. Someone wants to have your babies, apparently.
Oh, good. Is it a guy? He could be the
first
guy. We could manage him.
What was it like recording Holly, Ivy, and Rose with Tosh?
Well, she got very emotional because she wanted to do a silly version of Star of Wonder. There's a We Three Kings of Orient are, tried to smoke a rubber cigar. It was loaded, it exploded, bang. We Two Kings of Orient are, in her British accent, of course, blah, blah, blah. And I kind of thought, okay, that's probably copyright control issue, Tash. Somebody, some boy in prep school somewhere has written this on a drug rant. And so let's try and get you singing something else. So when she went into the studio and she heard her voice back through the headphones and the microphone, it took her a minute. She said, it doesn't sound like that in the shower. And we were telling her, Mark and I, you have a gorgeous voice. And I think because Kelsey had sung, her cousin, she really didn't want to let Kelsey down because they had agreed they would both do their part. And Kelsey had already done hers. She sang in Chicago. And so we got through it. And it's a very different thing, though, singing through a microphone for the first time.
Does she want to stick with it, though?
She does want to stick with it. She wants to act as well. She's a funny person. Tash could end up doing stand-up. She imitates everyone. If you meet her, as soon as you walk out of the room, she's going to do jazz. She will.
Which apparently is Chelsea. Everyone thinks that I'm Chelsea here.
This is Jess.
Yeah. Do you have any other muses other than the ones you've referenced prior that's from Chuck?
I have a lot of muses. Men as well. Visual artists I go to a lot because when I'm looking at Klimt or Kandinsky or the latest is Aboriginal art, I just discovered that when I was in Australia, but another level of it, reading about it, understanding how they paint their totems, if it's the yam totem or stories. And the visual artists affect me in ways that maybe nothing else does, because by looking, I hear. And so I travel around the world and see all different kinds of exhibitions, and that really triggers a lot of music for me.
That's all for our fan questions. I want to give big thanks to everyone that's watching.
Are you saying we can have one more?
Oh, we can have one more. Great. What's your New Year's resolution?
Oh, dear. Well, one side of me wants me to stop worrying about all the things that can happen. I think when you become a mom, and not just worrying about your child, but you worry. When I was your age, I didn't used to worry so much. I didn't. I used to think, it'll work out. But once you get to be older and a mom, and I love being in my 40s, but there's something that you're mortal, and that mortality, it's very tangible. And so one of my resolutions, though, is to stop worrying so much that I almost think you can make things happen. By worrying about it so much, all of a sudden, you're creating things, a situation, so that it comes about. So I'm trying to get myself to be in more of a neutral place with things that I'm a bit cagey about, and to trust my instincts more. I think we all need to do that. There's that gut feeling. If you have it, it's usually right.
Thank you so much. And thank you to everyone who watched and submitted questions. Also, thank you to Facebook and Livestream, of course, for this wonderful experience. And Tori for a great performance and taking time out to answer the fan questions. Thank you.
Thanks, Jess. And thank you, everybody. I know that you took time out of your day, and Facebook, you're super.
So, from all of us here at Electric Ladyland, happy holidays.